Morning or afternoon,
Good
actually.
afternoon, yeah. How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm okay. It's a Saturday,
Oh,
so
okay.
a few errands here and there.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah. You said you went for
yeah.
your run this morning.
No, so me, I know I just did like, oh, sorry, I meant runs, like just
Oh,
errands, brother. That's what
run.
I meant.
I thought you
Yeah.
went for a run. I thought you said you were
I
run. But do
did
you
want to go for a run. Not very often. I did want to go for a run, but then I woke up at like 10 and I was like,
run? I do
we go,
run.
we go again.
I do run here, but every Sunday I have like a run club. So
Yeah, I
just
think
run.
I saw that.
Mm,
Yeah, that's really good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You said you don't go to the gyms on weekend.
Nope. I
Uh,
used to actually. I think like when I started working out, I used to, but then I was like, I'd rather just do my workouts in the week and then like sleeping on the weekends. I just rot in
uh,
bed. Just
that's calm.
absolutely
That's
rot in
calm.
bed.
That's
Yeah.
calm. That's calm. For people that are joining, my name is Adnan Pounds, and I'm a fitness influencer, basically, and a content creator. So, you're welcome to this program. And the title of this program is Keeping Fit with Adnan Pounds, where we talk about fitness, healthy living, lifestyle, nutrition, and every other thing. And today, I have with me here a nutritionist. I'll tell you about her before she comes to the floor and
Yes.
introduce herself. So I have with me here a nutritionist. Her name is Demi. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
You
you can
can
say
call me
Demi.
Jamie.
Her name
Yes.
is Demi, and she's a nutritionist. I also noticed that some people usually mistake her for a dietitian, but no, she's a nutrition. So yeah, so the difference between a dietitian and nutritionist, a dietitian is a dietitian can do the work of a nutritionist, but a nutritionist can't do the
Yes,
work of a
and cannot
dietitian.
do the yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
because a dietitian, they are medically trained to handle like maybe diseases, cancers, and all those medical illness basically. But a
Mhm.
nutritionist can't do that. They are more about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, things like that.
Yes.
Um, Before she comes on, so today we'll be talking about healthy living. I've even forgotten what we're talking about.
We're
Bear with me.
talking about like tips on
Tips,
nutrition and
yeah,
all of that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, making nutrition simple and fun.
Yes.
Making nutrition simple, like simple, because some people, whenever they hear nutrition, trust
Mm,
me, they're always
I
like,
think it's
ah,
hard.
oh my God, nutrition again. But then, so I'll
Yeah.
give her the floor now to tell us about herself and basically her background in nutrition, what inspired her to go into nutrition. And if you have any question, guys, just pop it in the comment section. The question can be about anything. Feel free, pop it in the comment section, and definitely I would answer. And if you want to come on live and do push-ups or squats, you can come on live. Or I have something for you. If you're able to do 50 push-ups or 50 squats, you know there's always the prize. So guys, so Demi, tell us about yourself. What's your name and your
Okay. First of all,
anything?
that was part of the challenge for
Sorry for.
today.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, I think there's a bit of a lag. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, it's better
Okay,
now.
all right, great.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I said I didn't know that there was going to be part of the challenge.
Oh,
Part of today's live.
oh, yeah. There's always a challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well, my name is Ademiju, and anybody you can call me Ademi, which is essentially like my brand name.
Okay.
I'm a nutritionist, like he rightly said, and yeah, well, I suppose like my background in nutrition, which is quite an interesting story, is that I was doing biochemistry for my undergrad, and it was not very fun. I didn't like it, because it was
Chemicals and
being
all.
yeah, it was like pathways and all of that stuff. Like it was very abstract. And so I
Yeah.
think like in my second year or so, I came across, I think it was even an elective course, and it sounded interesting, like it was nutritional biochemistry. So I was like, okay, well, this looks interesting. Let's try it out. And then it was really interesting, but it was for like one semester.
Yeah.
So yes, I think like third year, fourth year came, and then I came across it again. I was like, okay, seems very interesting because at the time I didn't even know like how I wanted to pursue, career and all of that
Yeah,
stuff. So I was like, okay, nutritional biochemistry seems quite fun and it seems interesting and it's quite applicable to actual human beings. Like you can see, nutrient interaction with
true.
people. You can put a finger on like, what you're talking about. So yeah, I was like, okay, you know what, I would do. So like the progression of my education was BSc, NYSC, Masters, right? So I was like,
Okay.
I know what to do for my Masters now. And so I did that. And I found it I found it incredibly interesting, the
Okay.
different like facets of it. Because like when I was doing my Masters, it was like you see all the different aspects of nutrition. And
Okay.
that was actually quite interesting because that actually helps you make like an informed decision on, okay, this is the path,
Okay.
that I want to follow. Yeah, so I did that. And then after masters was lockdown. So I was like, okay, I have to do something with this knowledge that I have,
Yeah.
before like getting a job and all of that stuff. So I was like, okay, I had a couple of friends like suggest ideas. Oh, you could write articles, you could make videos, you can do all of that stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So I started writing articles and I started making videos. And yeah,
Where can we
that's
find the articles?
I haven't written some in a while, but I have a
Okay.
Medium page.
Then
Yeah, so you can
post
find
it.
some of like my old articles
Okay.
there.
Um,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
So, for your masters, you did something related to nutrition,
yeah, I did human nutrition,
human
literally like
nutrition.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I
That's calm.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a little game before we go on. I
Okay.
want you to give us two truths and one lie. Then the audience will figure out which one is the lie.
I this game is so stressful for me because
Two
I
truths
never
about yourself
know.
and one lie.
Two truths and one lie. Hmm. Okay.
Two
Let me
truths about
think.
yourself and one lie.
Uh, uh okay. Okay.
You
I'm
like salads?
terrified. That obviously, like you have to guess which one is the truth,
True,
one is
true,
the lie
true.
now. So yeah, okay. Let me think. Okay. I am terrified of peacocks.
Peacocks, okay.
Um, I used to be quite. I used to be quite athletic. Let's see if people can guess that.
You used to be quite athletic.
Let me
Okay.
let's see if people can actually guess if that's true or not.
Okay.
And then um,
I think this one is the lie. You're thinking too
yeah.
much. This is the lie you want to say.
And semo is my favorite food.
Same is your favorite food. Okay.
Let's
So
see
number
what.
one, you're terrified by peacocks. You don't like
Yeah.
peacocks. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, you used to be quite athletic. And number three, same is your favorite food. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
guys in the audience, she told us three things about herself. So we need to figure out which one is the lie. She said she's terrified by peacocks. Semo is her favorite food, and she used to be quite athletic. She used to be quite athletic. Let me go first. So, what do you think is the lie, guys? In the comment section, just pop in something. If you think, which one do you think is the lie? I would go first. I think the lie is, of course, you'll be terrified by peacocks now. You don't like peacocks, obviously. Am I right?
That's true, actually. It's true. I'm actually quite terrified of peacocks. I hate them.
Okay.
They are.
So she looks
I don't
quite. She
like
looks
them.
athletic though.
I mean, now, yes, because I've gotten into gymming. Okay, so which one do you think is the lie? Try again.
I'll go with you. You used to be quite athletic. So I don't think before you used to be quite athletic.
That's actually true. I used to be quite athletic
Used,
because in
ah,
second in secondary school, I used to run. Like I used to do
oh,
like 100 meters
I think
race and maybe like two
to
by
go
one.
represent Nigeria in the Olympics now.
Okay, now so that they will not give me gear to work with. No, not at all. Not
Okay,
at
okay,
all.
okay, okay.
So yeah, the lie
So
is that Semo is my favorite
Semo,
food. I don't
oh,
like the work.
you don't like
I
Semo.
if you follow me long enough, you know that I'm always trashing it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I know you don't like some, you don't like salads as well.
I mean, I can make do with it. I
You
can
can
make do
make do
with
with
it,
it.
but it's not something that I would particularly be keen on. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah.
So let's dive into what we have for today. The first question I ask is I want to know is, I mean, when people hear nutrition, they always think nutrition is one big thing. Like, why do people always think like that? That, oh, it's one hard thing they can't keep up with or continue or maintain. Why do people think like that?
I think I think one of the major reasons is because like they've overcomplicated it. So if you tell the average, maybe young adults, oh, okay, just eat your veggies, drink enough water, be active. They're like, I know that. Okay, what else do you have? I'm like, that's
That,
it.
that's it.
That's that's all. That's all you need. I mean, because it's like it can be specific to people and like to people.
True.
And you cannot give like maybe the same message from person A to person B. It
True.
has to be unique to them. But like the principle is still the same. But people are always looking for something more, challenging and all of that, which is not
Mm,
exactly bad. But then when it starts to sort of tackle with your health, that's when it becomes a problem,
challenging. Okay.
right? Yeah, so that's actually when it becomes challenging. So, for example, if you tell someone, oh, the way to lose weight in a healthy manner is you don't necessarily have to cut out, carbs. You don't have to, go on a detox, all of that stuff. They look at you like, okay, but then if it's not challenging, okay. You know how when we were younger, they used to deceive us as children that if a drug is bitter, that means to be effective.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So the sweet
Yeah.
ones are not effective
So exactly. So that's like it's as if they've carried that mindset into
mentality.
adulthood and into nutrition where if it's not difficult, it cannot give me the result I want. Now, obviously, we all know that doing anything new, doing anything that is out of your scope, if it's not something that you're used to, it's going to be difficult, right? But
Definitely.
then now pushing that into a different realm where you now almost lose your life. Or to say you want to be healthy is
Yeah.
not, it's not it at all. So yeah,
And
that's
and the thing about nutrition is some people they eat like normal food every day.
yeah.
So I would say me for example now I eat like normal stuffs every day. So actually what I'm eating is LD, but I don't know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
eating is LD.
Mm,
So some people actually eat LD, but they think no, they're not eating LD. So that's why they think oh it's
exactly.
something complicated. But then when you're
Exactly.
just eating normally, that's actually eating LD
That's
basically.
exactly so. And it's so funny how like funny you should even say that because people always associate like healthy eating with when you say fit farm, people are not thinking about you just being healthy. People are just thinking about maybe losing weight, all of
Crazy.
that. So if I say, I think when I started going to the gym, people were like, why? You're already slim. I'm like, that's exactly the problem. That's exactly the problem right there. Because I want to be healthy. I want to be fit.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly doing it to lose weight or anything. It's just
True.
so I think the mentality really sort of has to shift from
Yeah.
I have a weight loss goal, which is, I mean, and that's the market that we're in today. Like it's a very saturated market.
That
Everybody wants
word,
to lose weight.
weight loss.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing. People wanting to lose weight is not such a bad thing. It's just that should not be
The
the end goal.
the end
The
goal.
end goal should be I need to build a sustainable eating
Yeah.
habit, a sustainable, lifestyle, fitness, and all of that stuff. And then yeah, the byproduct would likely be weight loss or weight
Yeah.
gain, whichever one you really need at that point in time.
I mean,
So yeah.
yeah, I mean, what I always tell people is, for example, when they want to like start their fitness journey or start working out, they will say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want to, I want to weight loss,
Mm,
I want to this. I'll be like, but that's your short term goal because trust me, your goals will change at the long run. When you
exactly.
achieve that,
Exactly.
it will change. So just have an end goal in mind. Yes, you want to
Exactly.
lose weight, but then have an end goal in mind because definitely, yes,
Exactly.
you achieve your short-term goals. So are you saying after your short-term goals, you would like leave fitness? No, it's
Exactly.
like it's
And
continuous.
it's so funny how like that's literally what always happens. Like that's always what happens. Like once people lose that weight, they're like, okay, I'm done. But they don't realize that first of all, you have to maintain it. You have to
So
sustain. You have to
yeah,
sustain that,
so
right? So
that's
yeah,
like really you can't just use one thing as you can't use short-term goals to measure long-term
Exactly.
goals. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I'll say,
I mean, please, sorry. I'm
okay, yeah, I
just,
know.
yeah.
So on that, I want to ask is, so for people that, I mean, for the audience that are watching, now, what are some simple nutrition tips you can just, I mean, because even me too, I need those nutrition tips that I can start implementing today. Is he taking 10 liters of water a day,
Mm,
eating fruit every day? I'm actually like doing a challenge now, trying to eat a fruit every day throughout the month of August. So
okay.
that's like a challenge. Also, some of my audience are also doing it
Yeah.
basically. So what other
Yeah.
nutrition tips can you just like simple nutrition tips though that I can just tell
Yeah.
us so we can include in our day-to-day
So
activities?
be honest, the one that you just mentioned is actually one important one because I think sometime in March or so, I actually did a challenge like that, like have a fruit a day,
Okay.
which like people actually did hop on. It was something that it was easy for people to do. It's just okay, probably buy a fruit. It's like a conscious decision to do
Yeah.
stuff, right? So let's pick it in like five different like the I would probably call it like the big five.
Yeah.
Let's see if I ever remember what the big five is. So one, your diet, right? So I mean, the diet is like encapsulated into different.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um. So for instance, if you're somebody who does not eat fruits or you don't eat vegetables every day, you can make it a point of duty to say, okay, like the challenge you're doing, let's have a fruit a day for a week or 2 weeks or a month, right? Or a duration of period. Okay, if you okay, so let me put it like this. Find something that is lacking in your nutrition or fitness journey, right?
Okay.
So for someone, it can be I don't drink enough water.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. What's how much water should you be drinking as an adult? About 2.2 liters, 2.5, depending on
Today.
your activity levels a day.
Okay.
Yes, a day.
That's actually like for the month of September. That's what I'm planning to do. Like drink two
Yes,
liters of water a day.
exactly. And so setting those goals, okay, if I do a challenge and I say like currently I'm doing the challenge of fitness, just
Yeah. I saw.
exercise, move your body, right? So 20 minutes. Oh, I do it 20 minutes of any kind of exercise. So I'm not going to say go to the gym because not everybody can afford the gym. I'm not going to say do this particular exercise because not everybody can. So find an exercise that works for you and do
Okay.
that, right? That's a simple tip. So if you're somebody who does not actually move a lot, if you're somebody who, because by in the era of working from home, thanks to COVID, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and most of the time. So for someone like me, if I wasn't going to the gym, I would literally just be in my room on my bed every single day. Like I'm not moving. The best I can do is maybe go downstairs to pick something from the delivery driver and come back upstairs. That's as much as I will probably do in a day. Right. So if you're somebody who is like that, who doesn't move, now you have to figure out, okay, I need to start exercising. I need to start being fit. Okay, you start small. Okay, I can walk. Maybe do like a 20-minute walk depending on how safe your area is. I like
Yeah.
so you can do like a 20-minute walk and
Okay.
then go back. If you are somebody who can do more rigorous activities, YouTube is full of so many like YouTube like videos, exercise
Yeah.
videos that you can do. You can follow pages on Instagram
True.
to do all of that. That's something you can do. Again, like I mentioned, if you're somebody who doesn't drink a lot of water, okay, start by getting a bottle of water. The one that has like a measuring
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, you can
There are
measure it.
so many yeah, there's so many ones. They will tell you morning, afternoon, night. So they have encouragement on it. Okay, you're starting here, you're doing great. Oh my God, you're done. All these really exciting. As to be very honest, I think you can make it exciting for yourself, right? It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be something that is so, dreadful. Right. For water, if it's something that, you can get a very cute water bottle that you can look at and it makes you want to drink out of it. That's
Okay.
a good hack, right?
True.
You can set reminders to drink water, all of that
Okay.
stuff. If you're somebody who doesn't drink water,
Okay.
what else? Okay, if you're somebody who eats out a lot, you eat a lot of, takeout, a lot of processed foods. If they
Yeah.
look at your diet, they cannot see that one good meal is there. You can start by, just thinking, okay, what can I add? What is actually currently missing from these plates that I'm having? Say you're having like burger and fries, which is not bad. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, what can I add to this? Maybe it's a bit of a salad here, or a bit of a fruit, a piece of fruit here, just to balance it out. These
True.
are like, yeah, so these are like sort of like the simple things. Like it's essentially just taking it one step at a time, finding what to add to what is not there. Do you
Okay.
understand? It's not necessarily about removing, it's about
Okay.
adding, because the more you add, which really applies to any life philosophy, I suppose.
True.
The more good you add into something, the more the bad is gone. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, so basically, the key thing is just setting a goal for yourself, and you guys can just follow. I mean, follow
Follow me.
Demi or follow me. Basically, follow her definitely. Yeah, follow her. All these little challenges that we do online, all these little challenges, they would actually
Yeah.
help because you might
Mm-hmm.
just need that accountability or just that motivation
Mm-hmm.
for you to keep going. Basically, so when you follow
Yeah.
places like this that does the challenges probably every week, every month, trust me, you would be on the road to where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I would recommend taking fruits every day because it can be any fruits basically because ever since I started like taking fruits every day since the beginning of August, I mean, one kind of way I just feel better. I just feel better. The
Yeah.
fact that I'm just taking fruits
Yeah.
every day, and also water. I don't know. People know that water is really important?
They know
I don't
it's
think people know that.
just they just not very keen on it. They are like, oh, it's boring, it's tasteless, the amount
Because
feels weird. I'm just like,
water is really important because whenever I tell people like, oh, you're supposed to take like 2 to 3 liters of water, they're like, it's just water, but then they don't know it's actually very, very important.
yeah.
So guys,
And I mean, different ways you can even like, help yourself to drink more. Aside just getting like a water bottle and all of that stuff, is one, I find that depending on, first of all, health and preferences, I find that drinking cold water is actually better. If
uh,
a hot it's a hot environment. Nigeria is hot. So if you're drinking warm water, it might not appeal to you, right? I find that I drink more when the water it doesn't have to be like super cold, just a little chilled. I find that I
yeah,
actually drink more. I drink like a bottle in a sitting when it's actually much cooler, right? So you can try that. Another thing you can do, which is like something that is not new, is like putting fruits into your water. They can cut up like slice of like lemons or oranges
okay,
or grapes, whatever it is that you can add to it, and allow it to sit for a while. So the taste from the fruits would actually help you drink more. So it's as if you're drinking something sweet, but it's actually water, right?
mm,
Yeah,
so
and you can
it can
infuse
be
some.
any fruit you can put in any fruits basically. It doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
particular fruit.
exactly. It doesn't have to be. So whatever it is that you know that is edible and
True.
would not, yeah, so you can just, so it's essentially how I would like, if you go to a restaurant, they'll give you water with lemon. It helps with the taste, right?
Yeah.
It's something that, okay, I'm tasting something different aside like just plain bland water. So yeah, it's something that can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a question here. Someone asked, fruits or fruit juice.
To be
I think person
honest,
trying to
both.
ask.
Yeah, it's both are fine. It's just that you cannot replace one for the other. You can't say, "Oh, I rather have fruit juice,"
Mm,
because okay, so one, if you're eating fruits, you're eating it with fiber, you're eating it with the nutrients that are
yeah.
in it. You're eating everything whole. Plus, you give your body time to actually digest it from the mouth, into your system and all of that.
True.
So, if you're drinking fruit juice, there's something that happens in, well, I suppose nutrition with our brains. If you're drinking something, because it's going straight into your stomach, you're not having to chew, it's not staying in your mouth long enough. Your brain doesn't register it on time. So
Okay.
you tend to drink more, right?
Mm,
And if you're drinking more than you probably should. So that's why some people like can sit down and drink like 1 liter of fruit juice, right?
okay.
But the amount of fruit it takes to make 1 liter of fruit juice is a lot, and you probably would not eat that in one sitting because of how long it will take, how much energy it will take, and all of that stuff, right? So yeah. Also, like in terms of sugar levels, depending on one, if it's fresh, two, if it's packaged. If it's fresh, I mean, you can, that one is within your control. You can add the pulp. Let's say you blend it out, you can leave like some of the pulp, you get some fiber, you get some nutrients and all of that. So, but it's packaged.
Okay.
You also have to be careful about like the sugar that is added. They might say it's 0% added sugar, but there are some other things that can be added into it that will increase the sugar content inside. So it's something that you also want to be, careful of.
Okay.
So yeah, so both are fine. It's just again like moderation, right? Yeah, so moderation between both of them.
We have another question here. So Sophie is asking, how do you eat more protein and less carbs?
Why do you want to eat less carbs? That's the question. That's the first question I would like
Sophie,
to
why
ask
do you want
you.
to eat less carbs? I don't know. I think people think carbs are not that healthy.
Yeah. To be very honest, your body is actually your body thrives on carbs. I think that's the most important information that everybody needs to know. Your body actually thrives on carbs. If your body does not have carbs, it starts to use other nutrients as energy, which is not supposed to be so. That's supposed to be backup. You cannot say, oh, because if your laptop, for example, is working fine, you cannot say, I'd rather use my backup instead, when what you have is actually supposed to be doing all the things doing all the things that it's supposed to do for you, rather than going for your backup, right? So like you said, the gym influencers say carbs are not healthy. That's untrue. And it's one of the reasons why I have it's one of the reasons why I have a problem with people who are not licensed giving nutrition information. There's this guy on Instagram, I found him yesterday, where I think one of these blogs or something posted him saying that bread is bad for you, bread is unhealthy, bread will kill you. I eat bread every single day. When I mean every single day, and I think I'm fine. I believe that I am. I've checked all my vitals, I've checked my blood work, I'm doing absolutely fantastic, right? So carbs are the fun fact. Your brain, the reason why your brain is functioning the way it should is because of carbs. If you cut out carbs from your diet, it's something that can actually affect your thinking, your ability to do a lot of stuff, because then you'll be lethargic.
True.
You would be losing out on a lot of nutrients, because quite a number of nutrients actually come from carbs or carb sources. So we were talking about your fruits and vegetables, your whole grains and all of that stuff. So if you're cutting out carbs, you're cutting out a huge chunk of nutrients that are very essential for your health and for your your optimal functioning, right? So I think what can help, instead of cutting out carbs from your diet, is, like I said, think of what I can add to this. For instance, there's nothing wrong with white rice. There's nothing wrong with white bread. But if you want to, make it more nutritious, I try not to say make it healthy. Nutritious is actually a better word to use. You want to make it more nutritious. You want to get more nutrients. Okay, what am I having bread with? Am I having it with eggs? Okay, can I fry my eggs with more vegetables in it?
Okay.
If I'm just having plain eggs, okay, can I have a fruit at the side? If I'm having, say, rice and stew, can I add a coleslaw into that, or a salad, depending on how you want to make that. So that gives you, more fiber, more nutrients, right? So yeah, that's essentially what I would advise that you do, rather than just eating less carbs.
Okay.
Right.
So basically having a balance.
Yeah, because they literally taught us this thing in primary school: balanced diet. What does balanced diet comprise of? Carbo, exactly, 6 classes of food. And I'm just like, where did we get this ideology that carbs are bad? If when we were younger, this was literally the most important thing to learn, that your 6 classes of food: carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals, and water, everything fits into your diet, right? So
I want to ask, so the 6 classes of food, so what it means, does it mean that like for every food we are eating, the 6 classes of food should be there?
Essentially, yes, right.
So
That's essentially, so the vitamins
carbohydrates,
and minerals
protein.
would be coming from your fruits and vegetables, right? So yeah, there is something called like the Eat Well guide, but that's more of like I mean, they're still reviewing it for
Okay.
different countries and their foods. But essentially, it is you have like a round plate. Half of it is like vegetables. A
Yeah.
quarter is, or a third of it is carbs. Another third is protein, and then the rest of it is like fats. Here and there maybe in oils, butter, cheese, all that, so dairy, all of that stuff. Yeah, and
I,
then you have
I think one
a
reason
water.
why people don't know that carbs are important is because I mean we gym people, we always say, okay, if you want to bulk, eat protein, it will help you bulk, all those kind of things. So
Yeah.
that's why people tend to focus more on protein.
Mm.
And
Which is
like say,
it's not a problem. Having more protein is not a problem. Protein is important in the diet. Protein is important for muscle function, for muscle building, which is fine. But guess what your body uses when it's burning calories, when it's burning energy? It
yeah,
uses the carbohydrate that is
carbs.
being stored in your body, right? Because if your muscles have nothing to fall back on, it's now going to start using the protein that you are using to build your muscles for energy, which is not ideal, right?
Mhm.
So yeah. But I
Okay.
mean, obviously, this would obviously depend from person to person. If you're someone who's diabetic, you can have carbs, but it probably would have to be managed in a certain
No.
way, especially if you have type 1 and you're insulin dependent. That has to be, that has to be monitored closely. But all in all, to be very honest, even diabetic patients can have carbs. So if you are not diabetic and you are a free living human being, I see no reason why, you're cutting carbs out of your diet. Somebody asked another question about how I can make eba and draw soup more nutritious. Half of our soups are vegetable based. If you're eating
Vegetable.
okra soup,
So
yeah,
add more protein. That's
add more protein,
beef,
and then
chicken. I mean, it's already
yeah,
nutritious. The carbs
yeah.
are coming from the
So
gari.
and another thing, which is I found this quite fascinating, if I'm being honest. But obviously like portion control matters. But I found it interesting that people were saying that the soup is the main meal while the eba is the side. So it's not the reverse. It's not that you're having one chunk of eba, then one small soup. It's supposed to be the reverse. That's also one way that you can actually make it nutritious. And like, so for instance, if you're going to make something like maybe vegetable soup or something, you will make the base, but make sure that the vegetable is slightly more than the
Okay.
base, so that you're actually having more vegetable than maybe just the sauce. Do you understand? So just simple things like that. Maybe use less oil. Some people drown their soup and stew in oil, which is not necessary, right? So yeah, just a little goes a long way for you. So yeah.
Okay. So as let me just touch on that. I mean, eba and draw soup. It's already like if you look at it from the balanced diet, the six classes of food. Carbohydrate is the that's the gari. Draw soup, that's where you get vegetables from. Then protein, you can put your chicken, fish, or anything there. And after the food, you can have fruits. That's where your minerals and vitamins will come from. So I mean, you're already
Yeah.
eating healthy, just like we said at the beginning. People are actually eating healthy. What you're eating is actually healthy. It's just that you don't know it's healthy. You feel like, oh, eating healthy is one complicated thing. It's just it's
Mhm.
mindset. It's the way people have made it seem like you're actually eating healthy, which is absolutely okay. All you need to do is just add few things. That's where the fruits. You can add fruits to it after you eat. Add fruits to it. That's it. You're already eating healthy. You're eating healthy. Um, Another question here, is that a question? Now that flour be issue in many country,
Wait,
Coach Dayo.
what?
Now that flour be issue. I'm not sure the context of what he's talking about, but if you can
Me neither.
you can clarify again. Okay.
So.
Moa said also I've been listing lots of elves to help buck up, but it's causing me to pass gas too
I
often.
think that's like a fitness joke. Like when you eat a lot of protein, it's yeah, you get a lot of flatulence. To be honest, even if it's no, I think regardless of the kind of protein you have, it's just a natural phenomenon. You know.
Mm.
Um.
But
Oh, I see. Okay. He has given context to the flour thing.
when she was
Yeah,
talking about white bread. Oh, okay.
come to that. Yeah.
I want to ask, so eating eggs,
Mhm.
does it actually help bulk up, or it's just a fitness myth?
It's not a, I think all sources of protein actually help. I don't
They
think
actually help.
it also depends on how much protein you use and what you're eating. So it's not, it helps any kind of protein, meat, fish, eggs, and any other
Okay,
kind of
okay.
protein that you like, really is fine.
Okay.
So
Well, but
you
one
can
thing,
really just, I think you can balance it. Sorry to cut you short.
yeah.
Like you can balance it with, so this is where again balancing your meals actually comes in. Balancing your eggs, your protein rather, with your carbs, with fats, with fiber and all of that stuff. So that actually helps, your digestion
Okay.
process essentially. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, Moaz, keep eating your eggs. So he's asking what other protein source? I mean, still the normal fish, chicken.
And whatever it is you can afford and is available to you, to be very honest, because if you're in Nigeria, you just know that everything is expensive. So just as you can, as your pocket can carry, just do it really. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, yeah, when you're talking about one table. Okay, how important is LD eating when it comes to achieving your fitness goals on a
It's
scale of
very
1 to
important.
10?
It's 10.
Uh, so you can't just be going to the gym,
Yes,
going to the gym and
without having like a proper diet, because first of all, you're doing your body. I'll say one. You cannot, first of all, you cannot outrun or outlift, your fork or your spoon or your plate. You can't do that. But they both have to go hand in hand. If you are into like gymming and all of that stuff, you see many content about how the easier thing is to lift weights. That is not a problem, if I'm being honest. It's not a problem. Once you get into it and you are consistent, that's fine. The
yeah,
harder stuff to do is to focus on your diet, which is actually one of, it's not the most important thing. They both actually work hand in hand, but
yeah,
it's very, very important. It's very important. It's important for muscle growth and recovery. So even if you don't want to bulk, it's important for your muscles to be maintained. Do you understand? Because if you're not eating well and you're exercising, you're likely going to be losing muscle mass. Do you get? If you're not eating well, I must say, also for recovery as well. If you're not eating well enough and you're going to the gym every day, you don't give your muscles time to recover. You don't give your muscles resources to recover with. You don't give, if you're not eating well, in terms of getting enough
yeah.
nutrients, you're at risk of nutrient deficiency, you know, and all of that stuff. If you're not eating enough, you might not have energy. So all these things are they literally work hand in
Hand
hand.
in hand.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So when it comes to weight loss now, when it comes to weight loss, is it possible you don't go to the gym at all and you just focus on your eating and you still lose weight?
It is actually. It is very possible because essentially the point of weight loss is to be in a calorie deficit, not restricting, just being in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
But like movement, exercising would actually help. It will help it. It would actually like increase the rate at which um you lose weight, and yeah,
Okay.
sometimes and because like again, some people don't go about weight loss in a good way. If they start to just do a diet where they are cutting out so many things, like I said earlier, you will lose a lot of muscle mass. Which is why
Mm,
if you notice when people lose weight drastically, they look, for the lack of a better word, they look weird. Like it's almost as if like their faces drop.
yeah, like they did
They look
surgery.
very, yeah, they look a little not
Like
naturally, like
it's
they
not
didn't lose
natural.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't lose it naturally, or like it was so. You know how like when you're sick, like as a result of your sickness, you lose weight. There's a way you look that
Yeah.
people can tell that something has gone wrong. That's exactly what happens. And so, yeah, you have to have a healthy, nutritious diet, hand in hand with working out, being fit for the long
Okay.
run. Really, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, for people that are this like the last question before
Yeah.
another one basically. So people that just start, maybe they want to start eating healthy, they also want to maintain that with their fitness goals. What like specific advice would you give for people like that?
So can you repeat that question? Sorry, just so I understand this.
Before I go there, someone asked the question, what's your professional opinion on Ozempic?
We'll come to that. That's a whole different discussion. But like let me answer this
Okay.
question. Please
Okay,
can
yeah.
you repeat it, please?
So basically, for people that are just starting their fitness journey, basically, or they want to start eating healthy, basically, what advice would you give them?
To be honest, stick to the basics.
That's that's all.
Just that's it. So now going further, so sticking to the basics, don't look for like stop looking for shiny things, essentially. Stop looking for and by shiny things, stop looking for diets that you have to go on. Stop, stop listening to people that don't know what they're talking about. If it's actually it's very the reason so because imagine that the lady Sophie King, who was saying that gym influencers are saying that carbs are bad for
Yeah.
you. That's a problem. That's a big problem that we have, especially in nutrition and fitness space. It's a very huge problem, and it's not something that is going away anytime soon, unfortunately. Right. So listen to people who actually know what they're talking about, and these are usually people who have a lot of following, and all of that. So they've built that influence. So when they're saying rubbish, people are listening to them,
Like,
unfortunately.
and that sorry to
Yes,
cut
please.
you.
No,
Yeah, I was about to say,
carry
I'm like, there's this saying that bad, like, wrong information spreads so
it
fast.
spreads
Like, even
more than good, and it's so
even
so
before,
exhausting.
like, before I started this life, someone was literally asking me the same thing, like, oh, can I ask how I can eat less carbs? I was like, yes, you can ask
Mm.
that. Like, that information has really spread so
Yeah,
fast.
it
Um,
has. Yeah. So yeah,
so guys,
just do the basics and yeah, the basics again. Just eating your fruits and vegetables, eating, being fit, sleeping well. Just it's something that you already know. Just don't.
yeah,
Like I said,
and
yeah.
it's simple. You're already eating healthy. You're already eating healthy. If it's rice you are eating, that's your carbs. Put a chicken there, that's your protein. After your rice and after eating your rice and protein, veggies is pepper veggies. Pepper veggies.
Yes, it's
Pepper is
all
veggies.
under. Yeah, it's
Okay,
all
so
under.
so that's your stew. That's veggies.
Mm-hmm,
After eating, eat your fruits. That's your minerals and vitamin. Then water.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that's 6 classes of food.
And then
If
if
you,
you feel like maybe you're not it's not good enough, like you've actually evaluated your diet and it's not good enough, like I said in the beginning, looking for what to add to it, like okay, what is missing from my diet and what can I add to it, is it's a
yeah,
good like mindset to have, going like just going forward in your and if you need help, like you can always speak to, I mean, me, I'm a nutritionist, you can always speak to me as a
yeah,
nutritionist. You can just follow more proper, accredited,
true, true. And
professionals
yeah,
who know their stuff, who know what they're talking about,
and
and
and the
yeah.
thing is, a fitness trainer is not a nutritionist. So I
Thank you
see
very much.
some gym people they always like give tips on nutrition, but then
Yeah,
nutrition is it's not something you can just dive into like that. You need to actually know about it basically.
you need to know,
That's
and
one.
because like it's so multifaceted. Like I was saying, like because I did biochemistry, a lot of information that I already had were very applicable to like the nutrition. So like I understand the nutrition and I understand the science behind the nutrition. Do you understand? So these people are like I was thinking about it yesterday, like while I was just thinking about the life, and I was like, we do the entire work, we do the whole reading and all of that, and we just
Yeah,
bring it, make it more digestible for you to understand, so that we can help you in your journey. So yeah, your fitness trainer, unless your fitness trainer already has the education and qualification
yeah,
of a nutritionist, there are people like that. They don't
true,
have
true,
the rights. They don't have the rights, even though they do each other, but they don't have the rights to give you nutrition
yeah.
information. So
The question
yeah.
of
Um
professional opinion.
yeah, so Ozempic, first of all,
What's Ozempic? Some of us don't even know what
Ozempic
Ozempic is.
is a drug that is used to manage type 2 diabetes. That is what Ozempic is. But
Okay.
because it also like enhances weight loss because it's mostly for people who are either obese or overweight. It's something. It's supposed to be a controlled drug, right? It's not supposed to be like an over the counter drug. So, for instance, like if you're saying it's like saying you want to start giving morphine or fentanyl
Yeah.
over the counter. Those are like pain drugs, but they are
Controlled.
addictive. They are controlled, but they are also addictive, and they are controlled because they can be addictive, right? So, but that's it's been it's not, or it's like not being an over the counter thing. It's just like my opinion. I don't think it should be. But yeah, Ozempic is a drug that it mimics a hormone in the body, the hormone that induces satiety, so that you are not eating all the time. So essentially, you are full. That's what it
Yeah.
does, right? And it also helps with insulin. So for people who have type 2 diabetes, it also helps with regulating their insulin levels so that
Okay.
insulin is a hormone that helps your glucose to go into the cells that it needs to, so that you have the energy and all of that stuff, right? So yeah, because its byproducts or its effects is weight loss. People have started to use it for weight loss, whether they have type 2
Okay.
diabetes or not, whether they're obese or not, whether they're overweight or not. If I want
Okay.
to lose weight, I'm just going to go and take Ozempic, but like that shouldn't be the case.
Oh.
And the reason why it is dangerous for people to take it without any prescription is, one, you're not doing it under a controlled situation. Your doctor or your dietitian or nutritionist should be the ones to manage that for you. Do you understand? Like, if people are taking it, they're taking it in a certain dose, in a certain way, at a certain period, within a certain period of time, in a controlled situation, right? So if you're not doing that and you're just taking it by itself, if there's going to be a problem, you're going to have like a lot of, you lose the weight because it suppresses your appetite, so you're not eating, right? But if you're not eating, you're not getting energy, you're not getting nutrients, you'll be nutrient deficient, and it has, like, the drug itself has its side effects, right? So
Yeah.
it's not something that you should just have by your side. You want to
So,
say you want to lose weight.
Moaz, so basically, if you are using Ozempic, try and make sure someone licensed it to you, probably a doctor, a nutritionist, or a
Even
dietitian.
even a doctor licensing doesn't big, because the whole situation is so weird, because you'd be surprised what doctors prescribe to patients just because they want to lose weight. Sometimes it's not even under a control situation. Some doctors actually put their patients in harm's way
Mm.
because they're giving them inaccurate nutrition information, which is also something, which is also a problem. So that's why I said that a dietitian or a nutritionist has to be on board to give that go ahead. If not, everybody plus doctor plus patients,
Okay.
nobody really, yeah. So
So,
he asked another question about what's more important, a balanced diet or quantity of meals. Both, to be honest. I think as Nigerians we eat a lot. I don't know. We eat a lot. It's both a good and a bad thing, because if you're somebody who needs to eat a lot to gain weight, to be in a good or a healthy weight category or weight range, that's fine. But yeah, the balance, the quality and the quantity of your meals actually go hand in hand. Portion control is always important. Whether, even if you want to gain weight or if you want to lose weight, portion control is very important. So yeah, and the quality of your meals too are important as well. Um,
so he said he uses frozen mixed veggies, not fresh ones. Does that work?
the irony about this is that frozen veggies are actually, let me choose my words carefully.
Hope they are not bad. I use frozen
No, no,
veggies
no.
as
They're
well.
not bad, but they're not bad. They're good. They're very good.
Okay.
I don't want to say they're better. That's why I said I want to choose my words carefully. They're not exactly better. So in a certain way, because one, when they are harvested, they are frozen immediately. So the nutrients are preserved, right? And it's an economic way, or it's an economical way of eating your veggies, so that you don't have to go to the markets, buy fruits, chop it up, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So if you have frozen veggies, that's fine. So the nutrients are actually more intact. If it's fresh,
Yeah.
transportation, storage, the way you are making it is actually very important, and that's something that can, like, in all those processes, some nutrients are being lost by the way, right? So you want to be careful. So both of them, if you have either at your disposal, it's fine. Some people like fresh because frozen vegetables taste weird. Like for me, I think frozen vegetables taste this person, your priorities priorities are misplaced. But yeah, frozen veggies and fresh are, yeah, are both good. So I
Okay.
suppose whichever one is more, no, neither is superior to the other. Like one is not superior to the other. So
No.
yeah, I should go with this side. I probably will say frozen because again
Okay.
the nutrients are intact.
Moaz is asking again, what is the ideal number of
As
slices?
I said, his priorities are misplaced. You want to be eating things.
um, I mean,
Yeah,
so far it's balanced.
there's
So far there's
no,
egg. Balance is basically.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
let me know if I
exactly.
should drop all this life.
No,
No.
please, your questions are, we're just joking. Your questions are welcome. To be honest, there's no like, oh, scientific evidence to say, oh, this is the amount. But I think, depending on, again, what you're having it with and your goals, right? If your goal is weight gain, having more is good. You can't eat the whole loaf, obviously, right? Um, but yeah, I can't give a specific number. Do you understand? Depending on your goals, depending on your health at the moment and all of that stuff. So yeah, try don't eat like, I think when you start to realize that this is an outrageous amount, this is the amount like a thief will eat. That's where that's where you stop. That's where you draw the line.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
But then eat bread, but then make sure whatever you're eating, just try and balance it basically.
yeah,
Is
exactly.
it
Just
egg you're
like
eating
balance
it
it
with?
really.
Is it fish stew? What class of food is butter?
It's under
Mineral.
fat.
Fat. Fat and minerals. Okay.
Minerals
Okay.
are mostly just, so minerals are mostly just getting from fruits and vegetables and like legumes and all of that stuff. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I want to ask a question. This one is even me personally asking.
Hmm.
If you want to do a meal plan, how can you do a meal plan?
Like for yourself
Like
or like
if anybody just says, "Oh, I just want to do a meal plan for myself,"
it
how do
depends.
they go about it?
It depends on
The
like
goal?
yeah, it depends on the goal. It depends on what you want. So like some people just want a timetable. Some people just want to know what to eat. Some people want like specific, okay, I need to know the calories in this, like in like this food that I'm eating for each meal of the day. So yeah, I think it depends on what the person
The
actually
goal.
wants. Yeah, it
Okay.
depends on the goal, what the person wants the meal plan for. And if it's even necessary, some people don't need a meal plan. Some people just need some guidance on how to eat better. Yeah, some people need structure, like I said. So it really all depends on that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
do we have any other questions? Okay.
I think
So I don't think there's
that's
any other
it.
question. But then if you have any questions again, drop it in the comment section. So now this one is more about you, your brand. Are there any upcoming projects, anything, initiatives that we should be excited about, basically, that we should look forward to?
Um, not really. Well, okay, so I'm currently partnering like with a brand called Core Beauty. So if you see my page, you see like I've had like some
I thought that was
videos.
like your company or something,
No, no,
or
no.
your
It's
brand.
it's it's a
Ah,
no. It's a brand for it's a friend's brand really. So we're just
okay,
partnering together.
okay,
So we're really just like we're brainstorming and putting some things together. I can't share yet because it's not exactly solid.
okay,
But yeah, so we'll be putting out like just some information, and some updates regarding that. So yeah, that you can just like stay tuned.
okay. No problem. We're
I
following. We're
think
watching. We're watching.
sometime maybe in September we should have a proper announcement for that. But yeah,
Okay, no
currently
problem.
now I'm just doing like a fitness challenge on my stories. Just do 20 minutes of an exercise every day.
Uh,
Tag
uh,
me, tag the brand, and
uh,
yeah, really.
um,
So just like challenges every week. I think next week our challenge will be drinking more water or
Okay.
something. I have to check back
I'll
on
take
that. So
part in.
yeah,
I'll take
I
part.
think a lot of
And
people are going to do that because a lot of people don't drink enough water. So yeah, we'll do that.
another question. So, as a nutritionist, do you help people? What do you help people do, basically, on your page?
Well, so for my page itself, like the videos I put out, it's really just for people to see nutrition in a better way rather than it just
One.
being boring and so exhausting and
Okay.
all of that stuff and hard. Yeah, and then I just give like general advice, but if it's something more personal that you need, so that's where like my own services,
Coming.
now coming. So we would have like a consultation. We would talk about really your needs, where you're struggling, where whatever it is that can be improved.
Okay.
I don't necessarily make meal plans. Like I said, it depends on the person's goal. It depends on what we have discussed. Um, so yeah, I can double here and there in between weight loss, weight gain, all of that. But like my major goal is maintenance, like just maintenance of health, bettering your nutrition. Because again, if you don't have, you have like a distorted
Yeah.
nutrition, that's already bad. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
that's probably something that needs to be worked on before, or we go ahead to say, oh, just take this meal plan, just take this timetable, all of that stuff. So essentially, just me walking you through how to be better, with your health, with your nutrition, your fitness, all of that stuff. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, that's
Um,
essentially what I do.
there's a
Moaz
there's a
asked about protein shake. I'm not someone who takes it, but I think the one I've taken in the past is Optimum Nutrition. It's okay. Yeah.
okay.
As long as you're eating well, to be honest, it's just a supplement. It's just something to
Our
just
protein,
boost your.
protein shakes are homemade, right?
Oh. Well, it depends. It depends on how you want to do it. There's like the already made ones, the supplements powder, like protein powders. Some people make it themselves, some people buy it, some people find a way to make alternatives to it. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's
Yeah.
this program, I think Nutrition's Friday Nutritions with Demi or Nutritions with Friday.
Nutrition
What's that
Friday.
program? Nutrition
It's
Friday,
not
what's it
just
about?
it's essentially just the videos that I make. So the
Okay.
initiative started like I said, when I wanted to just start sharing information. So I said, every Friday I will put out a
Okay, every
nutrition
Friday.
content.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's essentially what it is
okay,
now. So
okay,
every
okay.
Friday, unfailingly, there's always a proper. I mean, now I've started like posting more videos, posting more content, but like Friday is a
Most.
set date for a specific video. Yeah, so
Okay,
that's the initiative. Yeah,
okay. That's calm. That sounds exciting, basically.
yeah.
And guys in the audience, was thank you so much. I mean, you guys, everybody should follow Demi, follow Nutrition with Demi, follow Nutrition with Demi. I mean, she has really given us lots of tips here. Like I've
Yeah.
learned a lot because nutrition is it's an aspect I'm really like I'm looking to like build on, just know more about because while I was throughout my fitness journey,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't pay attention to nutrition,
Mm.
and that was like about 5 years ago because I think then nutrition wasn't people were not really talking about it like
Yeah,
really talk about it
that's
now. So
exactly.
then I didn't really pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to it. I was just eating my normal bread and beans, eating my fufu, everything and all that. So but now that people are really talking about it, so I'm like trying to be conscious about what I eat, trying to
Mm-hmm.
look at eating healthy and all that basically. So that's why
Yeah.
you see that talk of saying eating healthy helps in your fitness journey.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just look at that talk like that's a lie because while I was building my body, I wasn't really paying attention to all that. So how come I was able to achieve all this? But then, yeah, nutrition is something I'm still like wanting to learn more about. So thank you
Yeah.
really for today, and I really learned a lot. Trust me, I learned a lot. See my notes.
Thank you.
I've been taking notes down, so I really learned a lot, and I will definitely apply the ones I've learned. I'm sure the audience as well.
Yeah.
They definitely
Thank you
learned a
so
lot.
much actually for asking those questions because it's
Yeah,
actually
man.
very important as well.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we appreciate I really appreciate, asking, because some people might have had that question, but like they want to ask it anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy he
No.
did. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, thank you
Thank
to
you, guys.
everyone who asked a
Thank you for
question.
everyone that joined. Thanks for the questions. And Demi, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I'm looking forward to having more collaborations with you, basically.
Yes, thank you for bringing me on board.
All
This was
right then,
good.
guys. In the absence of anything, we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
Demi, do you listen to Ashake?
No, not really. No, I
You've
haven't. Because I haven't.
you've
No,
not joined this
not
new
the year.
album.
I thought of looking into it, like just hearing
Okay.
what you have to say inside.
I wanted you to name a song there, then I'll play it. Say,
I do have to run though, but
okay,
yeah,
no
but
problem
maybe
then.
next time.
All right then. All right, thanks for
Thank you
coming.
so much.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
All right, take care. Bye.